All right, so I'm gonna give you all a little story time about when I first took over my Subway store and what me and my family had to do to kind of make it work. So at the time, we were 2 hours, 2.5 hours away from the store. We were in a very short time crunch for getting moved up here, taking the store over, things like that. When we first moved up here and took the store over, we lived in basically in a hotel room, and we would go to work, run the store. Me, my wife, my kids. My kids homeschool, so they would sit at the table and do their homeschool. Would come back to the hotel room at the end of the day. So during that time, our mobile home here was being set up on the land, and we ran into some issues that were unexpected. A lot of red tape with the government about basically getting the electricity turned on. And this was also during a time there was some hurricane or something that came through Georgia, so a lot of the power people were over there, which also delayed us. So to save some money, we decided to ditch the hotel room, get a generator, and we moved into the house and ran a generator there. And we had like these little headlamps, things like that to get around the house. Our days, we would go into the store, run the store, and we would come home whenever it would be late, it would be dark out. We were there open and close every day in the beginning for like the first month and a half, pretty much 2 months. But we'd have those headlamps, we'd come in so we could see. Me and my son would go around, crank the generator, we'd come back in, we'd heat up water kettles for our baths, things like that. And we lived like that for 2 months. One of my employees actually let me borrow a kerosene heater. This was in the fall to winter period. It started getting cold, so we would heat the house with a kerosene heater, things like that. And those were a rough 2 months, but it was also kind of fun for the kids. We treated it like camping pretty much, and we looked forward to going to that store every day, even though we were working open to close, because we got electricity there, food, we were eating there, internet for the kids to do their school, things like that. And we would just come back. We would sleep. We'd all sleep in the same room. Made pallets. We made it work. We had mattresses on the floor, and that's what we did 2 months. And a lot of that was because of I think the power box, when it got installed, it was like not the correct height from the ground, like the bottom thing. So that had to get shifted. And then the government was super slow about getting anybody to come out and check it, to just give the thumbs up for Alabama Power to come out and actually turn the lights on. It turned into a huge mess. Because I also had to be there to open the store. So I was very busy with that, between trying to get all the other stuff at home turned on. So it was just a very crazy period. One will always remember. It was actually, lots of memories. It was really fun. It was, we just looked at it like a little camping trip. And we did it so that we could shift into owning the Subway and taking it over. And now we've built it up to, where I work like 3 hours a week. We have employees there. The store has over doubled its profits, and things are going great. But in the beginning, it was tough. That was a very tough transition for us, and it was because of that small time window. We had to get up here quick, and then all those other delays, and it was one thing after the other. So it was a crazy mess. There was lots in the beginning. We also didn't do the generator in the beginning. We first went to the house. I forgot to say that. So we were doing cold showers for a while. But after it started getting colder, we were like, yeah, can't keep doing that. Had to get the hot water kettle, boil water basically, and shower that way. So anyway, that was fun times, tough times, lots of memories. We'll probably remember that forever. But yeah, sacrifices you have to make, and it all turned out for the better. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you.